Well, reporting from the Lipinski household, I'm going to make a take two of my evaluation of this little thing here. It's called a 2-to-1 CBD to THC formulation that I got from a fellow named Martin over at the new cannabis medical marijuana outlet store center, whatever you want to call it. And so I may include my first take as an outtakes. I think I was just waking up and I looked pretty kind of forlorn, and I thought it was quite humorous, and I thought I'd try to do a shorter one because I would have to say 11 hours after taking basically a half a dose. So this is what a half a dose looks like in a gummy. Okay, so that's a gummy, and that is just over 10 milligrams of THC to about just over 20 milligrams of CBD. So we have decided to try this with ISIS. Actually, all of us as a family unit. We're not going to experiment on ISIS, but we decided we would. My wife, my oldest son, myself, and ISIS all took a half a square of that, which would have been, we had tried a tincture of 3 milligrams of THC and 3 milligrams of CBD some time ago, and it didn't really have any great effect. He slept for the first couple days, and then that was, better, and then that was about the total effect. So decided to try it again, but this time this is like a half a tab would be about like double that dose. Plus it was 2-to-1 as opposed to 1-to-1. And this gentleman at the center, very experienced guy, and musician, Irish, give him 5-star. He really knew what he was talking about. He's from Lower Michigan, and we're up in the Upper Peninsula, so he was helping open the store, and I was really glad that I met him, because probably would not have tried it or even bought it. So, the effects last night, Jenny, my wife, and Elijah really didn't feel too much effects, but I'm really sensitive, because the last time I have had marijuana was like 43 years ago. I stopped smoking when I was 28, and that's probably why I'm still alive today and talking to you here, because I had enough forethought to stop, because I was seeing some really bad results, and then started eating tofu and brown rice instead. So at 72, I'm a pretty happy guy, got 5 kids, and have a pretty good life. Anyway, enough of me. About the THC, about this THC CBD. I would have to say, like I said, for my wife and my oldest son, they didn't really have an effect, but me being sensitive, Isis, it was very obvious he was equally sensitive, that it had a very much of a calming effect, very much like opened up my communication. Not too many things, nothing actually ruffled my feathers, and normally in some of the things that were being said, I would have probably been ruffled. I wouldn't say I was high, I would say it was like taking 2 tokes of a joint, and I think that would be kind of what it felt like. So I'm converting a bus right now, school bus, and I wouldn't go in there and work with power tools in this state, but I definitely would not do that. I think functionality. It allowed me to function, to talk, to communicate without any kind of issue. So that would be good for him because, put me in a very talkative state to the point my oldest son finally kicked me out of his room last night, and my wife slammed the door, didn't want to talk anymore, not in any kind of anger way, just like, get out of here. So it totally affected me. It totally affected me because, and that's the reason I did it in my 20s. I think I needed to kind of break through a lot of boundaries that I was raised with and things like that. And it, made me the hippie that I am today, I suppose. I was in the hippie revolution time in college in 67 to 71, 72 actually with my master's degree. So I would have to, give it okay, so for Isis, what I saw was the same kind of effect that it had on me. He was like chilled, he was laughing. My daughters were talking, playing with him, which they don't typically do. They were, they were just astounded by some of the things he was saying. Matter of fact, I was kind of tickling him and kind of laying next to him, and I says, who do you want to sleep with, Daddy or Mom? And he wouldn't answer right away. And I said, come on, tell me, Daddy or Mom? And he looked at me and says, Mom, and he laughed. So there was like, this moment of great awareness and communication. So would I do that during the date, give him this? It's possible, but it comes down to it's still a drug, no matter how you look at it. However, if your choice is between an antipsychotic drug to give your child because his behavior is so bad and he's not sleeping or complying or nothing. Now, Isis is not that way. Isis, he's chilled out enough that he'll comply, but he gets like, he's an 18-year-old big Irish dude. He's 50% Irish, and boy, I tell you, he sure acts it. And he would definitely, if he was absolutely normal, would still be a problem. He'd be a bad guy. I mean, not a bad guy, he'd be a bad good guy, because he's totally cool, artist, loving, would not hurt anybody, not a fly, but, he still will, at this point, he gets very frustrated and strikes out and grabs your hair or something, just like goes crazy. So we're going to see what's going to happen today, if he's going to have any of the helpers. I would like to just, if I'm going to try this, I would just like to try it this half dose, because I think that's plenty. It was plenty for me. I don't think that he's as sensitive as me. It was very obvious he was. That not more than that. And I think just at night before he goes to bed, so he can sleep and then wake up the next day, and hopefully there's going to be some carry through. I mean, I feel that 11 hours later, I still feel, I don't want to say a buzz, but I feel kind of chilled out. I'm not all stressed about, okay, I got to do this and got to do that and got to do this, and I got this whole list of stuff to do. Would I take it again? Possibly. I had a really bad day and I just wanted to chill out. I mean, as opposed to having a glass of wine, or as opposed to drinking a cup of coffee in the evening, kind of relaxes me. So probably not, only because it is, well, I guess they're all drugs anyway. Coffee, alcohol. Is it a better drug? In the long term, I'm not so sure. I mean, because I don't do much of any of that anyway. I mean, it's like occasional glass of wine or occasional cup of coffee. So it's not like I'm doing heavy coffee and alcohol at all. So I would prefer the way I felt with that than the way I would feel with alcohol. So yes, I probably would take it over that, but will I take it over that? I stopped smoking when I was 28 for a reason. and I think it's served me really well. Would I go back into taking gummies and to get a little buzz? Probably not. I can still see the glaze in my eyes. I think I would kind of put me back into the hippie era of Daniel. I don't think I want to go there. I like my life. I like my life. That's it. I like the way it is. I don't want to modify it. Though, I would have to say that my communication and the way I communicated and my level of understanding and not bringing issues to the table when I'm talking to like my wife Jenny or even anybody, but particularly in a relationship, I would have to say it was just like really chill, and it was kind of very opportunistic to say what you want to say, which I'm hoping with ISIS that that's what he does. He takes this as an opportunistic moment to talk more, to try to express himself. So I'm not going to take it. I tried it. It was cool. Kind of gave me a reference point to remember that place to be. I mean, I think we have the ability to be in that place. And then, I've done a lot of shaman work and using the drum, and that's really what I love, the state of the shaman drumming and ceremonial place, which I've done since 1980. So 40 years? Not so much in the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. But it's that kind of place, and I would rather go there. I'd rather use drums instead of drugs. So, any rate, that's it. This was supposed to be a shortened version, but it looks like it's not. So, we'll call it version number 2. A little bit more brightness and happiness in this version, I think. I washed my face with cold water and combed my hair a little bit better. So, hope you enjoyed that. And over and out. So, Mr. Isis, you didn't eat your berries last night. How are you feeling? Huh? How are you feeling?
Good.
Yes, how good? Huh? How good are you feeling? How do you want it? Huh? How good are you feeling? Huh? How is Isis feeling? Cutie pie.
Good.
Oh, we got a good. You want to sleep more?
No.
No? Did you get a good night's sleep? Did you sleep good or bad?
Good.
Good. Alright. Do you want to be a good boy today or a bad boy today?
Bad boy today.
Is that what you want? No, don't be a bad boy. You already got that part down. So, the question is there carryover from last night? As I took same dose myself. Yes, I would say there is a little bit. I think there's kind of a chillness. Are you feeling a kind of chillness? Let me see you. Oh, there we go. There's a smile. I want to see you in the morning. What do you want to eat? Huh? Do you want breakfast?
Yes.
What do you want to eat for breakfast? What do you want to eat for breakfast?
Oh, we'll make oatmeal syrup raisins.
Did you catch that?
What, oatmeal syrup or cinnamon apple raisins? Yes.
So that's a combination of oatmeal, apples, and raisins. He puts it in his own little phrase. So is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want some tea?
Honey tea? Yes. Yes.
With honey?
Yes.
Tea and honey?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tea and honey. Tea and honey it is. So, the morning after, let's see how this goes. And there he is. As he crawls back into his cocoon. All right.